What's up guys, my name is Natalie and welcome to my Nook of Novels. Today I'm going to be choosing my March TBR using my wheel. And this is a little bit awkward of a video because when I'm filming this, it is basically the beginning of February. What I'm going to do is I am going to choose all of my 6 books that are going to be on my March TBR. But if I end up choosing them later in February instead, then I will just switch out the book that I read in March, if that makes sense. So we'll see that on my February choosing my books video that will be going up the week after this one. The other thing is that I'm going to really be trying to continue a series in March because I've definitely been meaning to do that, but I haven't really had a chance because January I was just trying to get a bunch of small books on my TBR. I really only have a couple specific books though, aside from just continuing with series, that I would like to maybe read. So it's really just up to what the wheel decides for me, and I'm excited to see what it wants me to read in March. I'm not sure if I will need a punishment book or not for March because, like I said, it is the beginning of February, so that will once again be in the video where I choose my books throughout February. Hey guys, it's me from the future. I'm just popping in real quick to tell you guys that I completely lied. I am just going to pull my punishment book in this video because as of right now, it is February 28th and I did not complete my February TBR whatsoever. I read one thing that I spun and then I just gave up. Here is the punishment bag of doom, and I'm going to laugh if I pull out the Priory of the Orange Tree because I started reading that in February and I put it down because I was not in the mood to read it. Not that it wasn't good, I just am not in the mood for high fantasy right now, so I'm gonna laugh if I pull that out of here. But let's just find out what my punishment is going to be for March. Safe House. Oh my gosh, I keep dropping it. Safe House. If it would focus. Safe House. There we go. So it is Safe House from the Netforce series, I guess, by Tom Clancy. And I know nothing about this. I'm pretty sure it's sci-fi. I'm going to go into this one pretty much knowing nothing, and it's really short. I'm not sure how long it is. Oh, it's less than 200 pages. And I guess we'll see what I think about this one. That being said, let's get into spin number 1. Which is the exact opposite of what I was just saying, but that's okay. This was so hard to decide because I genuinely had no idea what I wanted to read, but I went with Prey by Michael Crichton. I'm not really sure how to pronounce his last name, but this is a book that my dad got me recently and it sounds really interesting. It's about a bunch of particles. They basically start attacking people. The particles become predators and the people are the prey or something like that. So I'm excited to see if I enjoy this one or not. So yeah, that is book number 1 for my March TBR. We're going to switch out the prompt. I dropped a bunch. This one. Of course. I just died a little inside. I don't know why I put this in there. I do because it's fine. It's entertaining for you guys. Biggest book is now on the wheel. I guess that's not enough that I'm already reading the Priory of the Orange Tree this month. I have to also read the biggest book whenever that comes up. It's fine. I believe in myself. Spin number 2. So many choices for this one. I'm gonna go with Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan because this is the second book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series. I feel like between this and Harry Potter, these are probably the most hyped books in existence. I read the first book in December and I enjoyed it, so I'm excited to continue on with this series and his other series. I'm gonna switch it for this prompt. Tall book. Spin number 3. Hardcover. For this one, I'm going with Fallout by Ellen Hopkins, the 3rd book in the Crank trilogy. I loved Crank and Glass so much, and I'm really excited to see how this trilogy wraps up. And I read this sneak peek at the end of Glass, starting out this one, and this one seems like it's going to be a little bit different than the other two, and I'm really excited about it. It seems like it's told from the perspective of another person. I'm really excited to see what happens with this character in the final book and with all of the other characters who are also involved, and I'm really excited. I'm going to switch that prompt for boyfriend pics. Spin number 4. 4? 4. TBR bet. So that is something that has been on my TBR for as long as I can remember. For this prompt, I'm going with Guardians of Ga'Hoole, The Rise of a Legend by Catherine Lasky. This book has been on my TBR since the dinosaur age, honestly. I don't remember ever obtaining these books. I feel like we've just always had them. It has another book that I think is a companion to the series, and this isn't the first book. I think it's like the 3rd or 4th book or something. Maybe. I don't know if it matters if you read them in order or not, but I don't know, we have it, so I may as well read it. I don't know what it's about. Probably owls. It's a middle grade fantasy. I'm excited. I really know nothing about this. I kind of like going into books blind though, so we'll see if I enjoy this one or not. We're gonna switch that prompt for a 5-star prediction. Spin number 5. A to Z. So this means that I am going to pull up Goodreads, and the highest alphabetical book that I own I'm going to read, and thinking about it right now, I'm 100% sure that I know what book this is, and I'm kind of excited. I will insert a screenshot right here, but the highest alphabetical book that I own is 1984 by George Orwell, and the reason that this is kind of exciting is because I was literally just looking at my shelves thinking, I kind of want to get a classic on this TBR just because I'm in the mood to read one, I think, which is kind of rare, so may as well take advantage of this and read a classic. I read Animal Farm by George Orwell, and I really enjoyed it. I love the part where he says all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. I love that so much. But I'm excited to read his other book that I've heard such good things about, and I really don't know much about this other than that it is a dystopian, and like I said, I like to go into books not knowing very much, so I'm happy with that being the extent of my knowledge, but I have high hopes. And switching out the prompt for the 6th spin, what's the worst that I can even pick out at this point? Because I already got biggest book on there. I feel like that is on my wheel more than anything else. It's crazy. Oldest publication. I know what this one is, I think. Spin number 6. A book with an ugly cover. This was another kind of hard prompt because I have a lot of very pretty books, but the one that stood out to me specifically was Helen Keller, A Photographic Story of Life by Leslie Garrett. I'm pretty sure I got this for a project in like 3rd grade. It's just been sitting on my shelf. Again, it's one of those things where it's like I have it, so I may as well read it. It's about Helen Keller, who is blind and deaf. She's dead now, obviously. I'm pretty sure she did important stuff, but I don't really remember what she did, so maybe I can learn some things from this book. It's short as well, which is good, and it has pictures in it, which is always nice. So yeah, adding this one to the TBR. And the final prompt we're going to add to the wheel is a fantasy. So these are all of the books on my March TBR. I kind of did what I was trying to do with continuing series because I have Fallout and the Sea of Monsters on here. This is kind of an exciting TBR, kind of a variety of things on here, and these are a lot of things that I don't really know very much about, so I'm excited to go into kind of blind and see what I think of them. So yeah, and it's really not a very big stack at all, especially considering this one is told in poetry. I'm pretty happy with that, but now biggest book is going to be out to get me. If I spin that in February, I'm going to lose my life. I will not be able to handle if I spin that book, to be honest. That is all for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe if you would like to, and hit the notification bell if you would like to see the other videos that I post on Mondays, and comment down below what you're planning on reading in March, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!